And welcome back. More Dragon Age 2 with Zoe Hawke. Last time we finished up Black Powder Courtesy. We still need to talk to the Arishok about all that. But first we're going to check on our Bone Pit miners. See if they need any help out here.
Thank the Maker you're here. We've had to lock down the mines. Krankovich was clearing out a collapsed section when giant spiders poured out the new opening. They got Krankovich. Poor sot. Rest of us made it out. But now we're sitting here with our thumbs up our asses.
I'll see what I can do.
Good luck in there, hero.
Okay, a nice professional spider extermination there. It's all it is, just this one room in here. And I would have liked to have fit these quests in. There's another one after this. I think a little bit later with regard to the flow of things. But again, the master plan, this is the best place to put it in. So that's why we're doing these now. It's really tough to have that sort of big epic fight in that low town alley with all the gas, for the main storyline, and then just to be running around out here doing stuff and not turning it in, you know what I mean?
All clear.
Thank the Maker and thank you. Wow, is that what the inside of a spider smells like? Let's get back to work, boys. And dibs on the spider fangs. I'm gonna make a necklace for the wife.
Okay, now there is another quest from Jansen to help the miners out here, but you have to leave the zone and then come back. So that's what I do, but instead of filming that and showing it to you, I just throw in a quick transition. There we are, and now we're back to Jansen for the next quest.
Funny story. I was asking my pal Earl what more these mines could throw at us. Dragons, spiders, Hubert. Then here comes Krankovich limping towards us and moaning. I said, "Oi, Krankovich, I thought them spiders got you." He just said, "Ugh," and then tried to bite Earl. That's when we figured something was wrong. Turns out we let in a horde of undead. Maybe we ought to stop opening up new passages.
I'll see what I can do.
Good luck in there, hero.
Okay, this next one is significantly more difficult than the last one. And you'll notice it looks just like the Nexus Golem fight. It's the same map and a very similar fight with just phases and phases of undead. It's not as difficult, but it's a close second. And the group just totally kicks ass. This was a great fight.
Watch where you step. We're good to go.
Someone's left a surprise here for us.
What do you think you're doing? One less to worry about.
Okay, just perfect stuff there. Anders almost died but didn't, and the group just firing on all fours. Really awesome fights in here. There was a super massive detonation by Zoe on a clump of disoriented skeletons in that first little room. That was just jaw-dropping. And then to take out a Revenant and an Arcane Horror in the same pool is really hard. So great stuff there. Now notice we got a new helmet, and I've been carrying around these Stonehammer boots. Now the helmet is really ugly, but it's a nice upgrade, and I'm actually going to need the nature resistance for something coming up later. The Stonehammer boots are the Act 2 warrior set, or the boot part of it. And I've been holding off equipping new armor pieces so far in Act 2 because I didn't want to break up the Armor of the Fallen set, because you get a nice set bonus when you wear all pieces of the set. But it's getting a little too far into Act 2 to still be wearing, you know, the Armor of the Fallen from Act 1. So it's time to do it with two pieces now. I went ahead and did it, and from here on out I'll just equip upgrades as I find them.
All clear.
Thank the Maker, and thank you. You happen to see Krankovich in there? No, don't tell me. Don't need more nightmares. Let's get back to work, boys. Last one in has to burn the corpses.
Okay, there's actually one more quest to help the miners, and again you have to leave the zone and come back. But all you do is you get the quest. They need new pickaxes, so you go back to Kirkwall, you pay 15 gold, and they get new pickaxes. That's it. No fighting, no items, no nothing. Now you do get 1000 XP, which is an okay chunk of XP, but it's nothing compared to 15 gold. That's a lot of gold at this point in the game, so I don't do it. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go talk to the Arishok and advance the main quest line.
All are forbidden. Except you, for now.
So, I was wrong about our thief.
It appears so.
They say we were careless with our trap, that this is our fault. But even without the Sarkamek, there would have been death. This elf was determined to lay blame at our feet.
But your feet didn't do anything wrong. Did they?
I admire conviction with a focus, but your kind are truly committed to weakness.
She was angry to see her people losing their culture by claiming yours.
We accept those who submit to the Qun. The weak naturally seek the strong. It doesn't matter. We did not come equipped to indoctrinate. I am here to satisfy a demand you cannot understand.
It's been a long time.
It will take as long as needed. No ship is coming. There is no rescue from duty to the Qun. I am stuck here.
That is not the understanding of city leaders and their supporters.
Let them rot. Filth stole from us. Not now, not the Sarkamek. Years ago. A simple act of greed has bound me. We are all denied Parvolin until I alone recover what was lost under my command. That is why this elf and her shadows are unimportant. That is why I do not simply walk from this pustule of a city. Fixing your mess is not the demand of the Qun, and you should all be grateful! Thank you, human, for your service. Leave.
He's on the edge. The Viscount should know.
Okay, so the frustration of being holed up in the docks district of Kirkwall for 4 years is clearly starting to get to the Arishok. And he's starting to tip his hand. You know, I mean, granted, nobody has really known why they were here this whole time. They clearly haven't come to conquer, they haven't come to indoctrinate, but we've always just thought they were shipwrecked and waiting on a ship, right? Well, now it comes out. What is this mysterious item that the Arishok lost under his command? That's why they're here, and they can't go back to Parvolin, the island where the Qunari are from, until they retrieve it. So, all of a sudden, this is coming out, and it's, you know, under the pressure and frustration of being stuck here and not having completed his mission yet.
Years of nice, quiet anxiety. Gone. Along with a whole street.
The Qunari were blameless.
Right. A mad elf pushed by zealots, likely hidden in the very groups I have to appease. The Maker has a grand sense of humor. And the Arishok. I suspected he had no plans to leave. I didn't know it was just as annoying for him.
Keep the worst of them off his back, and it'll be all right.
But that is the problem. It has already escalated, despite your efforts. A shame.
What happened?
A Qunari delegate and entourage paid me a visit. It was civil, tentative, hopeful. They left my chambers with precision, but were not reported by the outer guard. They are missing almost literally from my doorstep. What do you imagine will be the Arishok's reaction?
We need to get out in front of this, and fast.
I feel I've been trying to turn a stampede for some time now. Someone is pushing very hard. Speak with Seneschal Bran. Then you will see why I cannot trust anyone else with this. I don't know who would benefit from fighting the Qunari, but it will cost all of us.
You're looking well, Sir.
You have information about the missing Qunari?
I am to help you, yes. Viscount Dumas would appreciate discretion in this matter. I would prefer that you were not involved at all. But that is neither here nor there.
I'm having a hard time picturing the abduction of a Kunari entourage.
Unfortunately, they were not at their best. Their swords were tied into their sheaths, as I advised. It seemed a respectful compromise. Even I know you cannot separate a Kunari from his weapon.
Has anyone reported this to the Kunari?
Maker, no. I'd be signing the messenger's death warrant. He'll find out soon enough, of course. And when he does, the Viscount is rightly concerned that the illusion of peace will dissolve.
The Arashok is growing violent. He might want an excuse to end this peace.
I suspect that if the Arashok wanted to take over, he simply would. For all we fear that heretical Qun of his, its demands have done more to keep him in check than any of our efforts. Besides, would Kunari stoop to trickery? There is no precedent, but there is unfortunate evidence of influence on our side.
It sounds like you don't want them found.
I must think of what is best for the Viscount's office. Bringing attention to such an incident benefits no one.
You would do nothing.
The Kunari are neutral hostiles at best. There is no relationship to salvage by overextending ourselves on their behalf.
I'm sure you have suspicions about what happened.
My concerns are well-founded. This could not have escaped the notice of the city guard. Unless they were involved. Not coincidentally, a number of recent recruits have failed to report. You should start with one of them. Although where you find a swordsman so eager to sell his honor and duty, I'm sure I don't know.
A hanged man.
Hangman.
Obvious one, that.
Right. Then you know what to look for. I can't imagine this has occurred without notice. There is always a weak link. Please keep this quiet. The Viscount is under enough scrutiny as it is.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah.
Okay, we will go to the hanged man right away to try to figure out,
Fine day, Sirrah.
you know, how these Kunari delegates were just kidnapped right from under the nose of the Viscount.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to hide my face a little.
Okay, thanks again for sharing, Anders. But while we're here at the keep, Aveline has something she wants to talk to us about, so let's check in on her.
Hawke, I need a favor that I can only trust to you.
You can always ask.
It should be a small matter, but I worry. I need you to give something to Guardsman Donnick, here in the barracks. No questions, and he is not to know it's from me.
Donnick? The one we pulled from an ambush?
The event that put me here. But this is a different need of the Guard and its captain. And you're doing very badly at the no questions part.
You need me for something as simple as this?
I protect many people. Citizens well beyond the men and women I command. But who do I really know besides you? I need a friend to do this. It's a short list.
It must be something important if you're going to all this trouble.
That's none of your business.
That seems abrupt. Even for you.
I already regret this. I'm not about to make it worse by exposing unnecessary facts. You can accept that or not, but that's all I can say.
Very well, Aveline. If it means that much.
Thank you. And please hurry back with his reaction. I appreciate this, Hawke. I really do.
Guardsman Donnick.
Sirrah Hawke, it's been some time. You're here in Hightown now, right? I think the captain mentioned it. I see your uncle now and then on my patrols, but we don't talk.
No ill effects from the ambush, I trust?
They got me pretty good, I'll admit. But they fared worse, so I can't complain. Guard is a good career if you're careful. A short one if you're not. And the captain makes sure we're careful.
This is for you. It's apparently very important.
I'll take you at your word. It's a copper relief of... marigolds? Ah, and it helpfully says so. Marigolds. Well, how crafty. Is there a meaning to this that I should know?
Just keep it. I'm sure it's more than it seems.
It would have to be. Right. I'm sure we both have things to do. Of varying import. Sirrah Hawke.
That was awkward. What was Aveline thinking?
You're back. Of course you are. You're efficient, get things done, good or ill. So, how did Donnic react?
As one might expect when confused.
I thought it was clear. Metal is strong, copper ages well, flowers are soft. I've clearly gone about this the wrong way. Don't talk to him again. Just take this, the patrols for next week. Post it to the roster and just... listen.
All right. Posting the roster just over there.
I need to know exactly how he reacts. That's key. Thank you.
She'd do a lot better to just get this fellow alone in a room. Life's too short.
Hey, Donnic! Whose pucker have you been greasing to get Hightown?
What? You're daft. I'm working dockside on those smugglers.
Says here you're guarding the square. Always been a make-work job, that one. You someone's pet?
Check your eyes. It's a mistake.
Says the pet.
You have got to be kidding me. What did I do to get that post?
Donnic thinks I'm punishing him. But Hightown is a safe patrol, a reward.
You wanted his reaction.
All right. I can fix this. I need 3 goats and a sheaf of wheat. You'll take them to his mother. It's a dowry tradition. Maybe it will smooth the process.
Don't be silly. A dowry would only matter if you were courting him.
Oh, Meryl.
You're courting him!
Aveline, you know you can talk to me.
What am I to say? That a grown woman can't speak her mind? I've been focused on being captain for so long, that's all I know.
It can't be a complete mystery. You were married once, right?
That was a long time ago. It was easier, or seemed to be.
So you've been by yourself since we came to Kirkwall?
I am diligent on behalf of my men. And I've neglected many other things.
I can't imagine you having trouble speaking your mind.
It's just fear. I know it's foolish, but I can't get away from it. What about you and Isabella? I know she doesn't have 2 thoughts to rub together, but the danger of your lives must worry you.
Maybe we're not the best example.
But you understand. I feel paralyzed. I hate it.
Sounds like you're ready to move on.
It's been 4 years since Wesley. Stop trying to protect me. I've made my peace. He'd want me to live.
I can drag him in here right now. Just say the word.
Oh, and how would that look? The captain ordering her guardsmen to... It wouldn't help.
Being in the barracks doesn't help. Go somewhere you can talk.
What? Just go out somewhere? Like it's that easy?
What? Too simple?
Tell Donnic, invite him to the Hanged Man. Don't tell him about me. Make something up. It's a surprise, or just you, or a group, anything to get him there. He's not like the others. I don't want him to think he's meeting the captain.
Isn't it, Jill?
Indeed it is, Garrett.
Sardonic, are you free? I need to ask you something.
I have no immediate patrols. Why?
A night at the Hanged Man for all the guard. You'll come? Of course you'll come.
Should I have heard of this? Very well, Sir Hawke. I guess I'll be there. Never good to be the last to hear of these things.
Okay, so we have two things to go do at the Hanged Man. And talk about a surreal combination of objectives. You know, Duchamp and Andre Breton
Hope the day is treating you well, Sir.
would absolutely blush at this. On the one hand, we have to help a friend get a date with essentially a coworker. Well, on the other hand, we have to try to find someone who is likely responsible for the kidnapping of, you know, Kunari delegates that could potentially erupt in war in the city. You know what I mean? Just a totally absurd combination of objectives.
A lot of coin for this place.
That's right, pal. Tonight I'm paid and blessed, and all I had to do was turn my head. To all my friends. Hey, step back. I know important people. We're gonna show this city what to do with heathen Oxman.
Someone has deep pockets. I want an introduction.
Somebody always wants something. But I don't have to take that anymore. 3 hornheads are just a start. You want some of this? Take it from me and my new friends. You're on your own, pal. That's loyalty for you. Come on. Now you go!
This isn't necessary, you know.
What? What do you want? I just did what he said. It was more coin than I've ever seen.
Come on. Someone's so generous. They deserve recognition.
Templar. It was a Templar. I didn't get the name. We met near the Chantry. He said taking these Kunari was serving the Maker. I swear, he even had the seal of the Grand Cleric. True is true.
Great. A Templar.
Serving the Grand Cleric, no less. Great.
Okay, so the main storyline is really heating up, Dev. I mean, the Chantry is getting implicated, and we still don't know where the kidnapped Kunari delegates are. So this is getting pretty intense. And but let's not forget, we have to help our friend get a date with a coworker. So let's see what Guardsman Donick has to say.
There were supposed to be others coming, right?
Plans change, apparently.
Right. Look, I should really,
Just give it a moment. Another round?
make a yes.
Aveline is great.
Look, if this was all an attempt to get closer to me through the captain, you're just not my type. All this playing shy business. I like a little backbone. I have to go. Thanks for the drinks.
I couldn't do it. What did he say?
He thinks I'm interested in him.
I'm an idiot.
If you were that far gone, you'd have hidden from the start.
Would it have ended any worse? I need to talk to him. But I'm a mess unless I'm on patrol. I'm good at that. Killing highwaymen doesn't exactly provide an intimate setting, though. And I'm tired of embarrassing myself.
I think you're onto something there.
But I can't fight and talk.
I'll clear the way, and you can see if he's the one.
You're too good at this. Is it any wonder you've all but taken Hightown? You clear the route up the Wounded Coast, and I will think of something to say.
Okay, as usual, instead of tending to the ultra-urgent, political main quest line, we're going to put it off for now and head to the Wounded Coast. We've been gathering several things to do here, similar to the way we did in Act 1. Now, I know we were briefly here doing the Evil Tome, but now we're going to actually do all there is to do in the Wounded Coast in Act 2. And that'll take up most of the rest of this episode.
Everyone stay still and try not to make any loud noises.
Anyone need healing?
So this route's pretty quiet?
Yes, and it's a real nice night for an evening.
As you say, Captain.
Yes, as I say.
Maker, she's bad at this.
Okay, so you get the idea. There are these signal fires that we light after we clear a small group of enemies. And then there's a cutscene, and
Watch where you step.
Aveline is trying to, break the ice and talk with Donnic. Now there's a bug coming up right here. The game puts us in combat, and the reason is there are some Qunari over on this other part of the map,
Now that's just rude.
And it's just
What
kind
are
of...
they trying to do? Ruin my boots?
It's just kind of buggy. It's like they notice us and then start coming after us, even though we're way over here. So that's all it is. Eventually, I just click the next signal fire to advance the quest, and then you'll see after that that one of the Qunari comes running up, and we have to kill it.
I only have a little left. Do you think they're tiring? I'm tiring.
If it isn't done right, the blade can be too soft. Quenching the steel is a vital step that can make or break a sword.
Right.
A blade for every purpose. What do you think about blades?
I'm sorry, Captain. I drifted off a bit.
Right, of course.
Painful.
Okay, sorry that bug got caught on tape. Sometimes you can avoid it, but it was particularly annoying because I had to switch to cold damage to kill the Qunari when I had just switched to fire damage, which we need for this next fight here.
Someone's left a surprise here for us. Piece of cake.
Try to keep everyone alive. Crush them. I won't stop here. Get back.
Like being pummeled.
Well, guardsman, good patrol. I think we're done, and Hawke, what a surprise. What are you doing here?
Aveline.
Hawke, don't.
I think you'll come around once it's all out in the open.
Would someone please tell me what's going on?
You two are adorable. Kiss him already.
Captain? I should get back to the barracks.
I thought we were friends.
Friends sometimes push.
I have to fix this. He'll file a complaint, ask for a transfer. You're coming to the barracks to explain why you put him on the spot. Double time, Hawke, or so help me.
Okay, that's Aveline's quest for Act 2. And we'll follow up with her once we're back in Kirkwall. But now we're on to the Lost Canary Patrol. Okay, those two pools kind of got muddled together. There are just some random raiders here that'll fight you just because you're here. Now the Lost Canary Patrol, you notice we fought some undead. There were some shades and abominations before we kind of got pulled up the path by the raiders. And you'll see just in a second I go down the path. And you can see there they are, all the dead Canary. So that's what happened to the Lost Canary Patrol. Now we're going to come over here, and there's not a quest we've gotten yet, but it gives it to you by walking up to this.
Are you the reinforcements? I thought the captain would send more.
You're a member of the Guard, right?
I'm Lieutenant Harley, and this is what's left of my patrol. This disaster is my first routine assignment.
What are you talking about? You think we're guards?
Bollocks! Little Bedham must not have made it back. We're up against Evert's Marauders. Fellorden's up there, and Victor Longdeath's handiwork you've already seen. We tried 2 sorties up the path, but it's trapped to oblivion. Now I'd be thankful just to get out of here alive.
No fair, guard dog! You brought friends!
Shut your mouth!
Fellorden? Victor Longdeath? What are you talking about?
They've been robbing and raping for Maker knows how long. Did a broad daylight assault on the keep to rescue one of their number 2 years back. Fellorden, a blood mage, is here. Victor Longdeath, Sophie. We have to end them.
Isn't it suicide to stay pinned down here?
We're pinned down right now, but so are they. If we run, Evert's Marauders escape again. So we've been waiting for reinforcements. Victor's arrows and Auden's fireballs taking their toll. But we can still take them down.
It's too dangerous for you and your men. Stay put. I'll take care of it.
Look out for traps. Be careful. Evert's Marauders are deadly.
Someone's left a surprise here for us.
Now that's just rude. What are they trying to do? Ruin my boots?
Everyone stay still and try not to make any loud noises.
They're all dead? I can't believe it. I'll tell Lieutenant Jalen at the Keep what you've done. I'll make sure he rewards you. Men! We're heading home!
Okay, one of the nastier fights in Act 2, really the game. It's just, it's not as bad if you don't care about the traps. If you just go in there and eat the traps and just do the fight. It's a little bit easier than the way we did it, but I like to try to get the traps.
Someone's left a surprise here for us. I love doing that.
Another one for me!
And you know, believe it or not, of all the fights that I've filmed with this group thus far for this whole playthrough, that fight right there has given me the most trouble. I must have tried it, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 times maybe. I might be exaggerating, but maybe not.
Now that's just rude. What are they trying to do? Ruin my boots?
I mean, you're seeing all these traps. I'm going around after the fact. So whichever way you try to approach the fight, they're going to be traps.
Everyone stay still and try not to make any loud noises.
And you see at the bottom, they're 100 XP each, so they're worth a lot. And notice what happens here. You hear Meryl cry. I'm stopping. I'm like, wait, where's Meryl? And then poop, right there over to the right, she pops out.
Watch where you step. I love doing that.
So it was like super frustrating after 15 attempts or whatever it was. Then I'm walking around and getting all the bonus XP like I want, and Meryl just wanders off the wrong way and triggers one I hadn't disarmed yet. So it's just like I said, it's a really nasty fight, and it's always been nasty. I've always wiped there a lot, but all these other really hard fights so far, I've been able to either first try them or successfully get through them in a lot less tries than I've ever been able to before, because this group has just been amazing, like I keep saying.
We're good to go.
But that one is, like I said, the first time this playthrough that something's really tripped me up and I haven't just steamrolled it and done it much better than I've ever done it before. So there you have it. Okay, and remember earlier that one Canary that bugged out when we were in that other part of the map? This is where the Canary are. It's kind of where the Tal Vashoth were in Act 1 when we were here. And I saw that Cerebos to start out. That electricity ball spell just completely wiped out Anders. So a really hard fight.
Can you smell that? The wind. I'd started to forget what fresh air was.
You are in a strange place, Ferelden.
Tell me about it.
Knowing is half the battle, and it need not be wholly unprofitable, provided few questions are asked.
Okay, so this is Magnus, and similar to the Nexus Golem, he's just a new vendor in the game. He shows up here in Act 2. He's also here in Act 3. And also like the Nexus Golem or Bonnie Limbs wares, he has some really nice, really expensive items, some of the best in the game. And again, I don't think ultimately we'll buy anything from him for this party, but a lot of people do. That cold-blooded staff on the weapon tab, I don't know if you saw when I delved it. It's probably the best cold staff in the game. It's just that it's like 100 gold or 110 or something. It's really expensive. And funny when you click on him and he talks to you. I have to think it's something of a nod to G.I. Joe. I mean, knowing is half the battle. I mean, I think he said that, Dev. But yeah, that's he's here. And then this little flower's for Herbalist Task. And then we're heading into the cave. And this is one of the mage board quests. Remember when we picked that up? One of the mage, well, some mage has been kidnapped by bounty hunters or slavers or something like this. And we need to rescue the mage for the Underground Railroad, you know, mage freedom fighter movement.
Follow my lead! I'll deal with this. Be careful!
Now that's just rude. What are they trying to do? Ruin my boots.
Go for the face!
Grab something sharp and pointy. We've got company.
Eat the cake.
Smack some good!
They're gonna kill me.
Now we fight!
Okay, not too bad. Initially, all the funneling into the sort of antechamber was super successful. And then once we got in the main room, Varric died, but I couldn't peel off to help him at all. You really have to press that bounty hunter assassin. And notice we kept putting him on his back, which was perfect, so he couldn't stealth. If you let up on him at all and he starts to stealth and wander around and backstab everybody, then, you know, you could easily wipe there. It's not that hard a fight or anything. Fairly easy quest, but that's why I didn't peel off to help Varric there.
Quickly, before more guards come. Terry said she'd find a way to rescue me. I will never forget this.
Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for the Wounded Coast in Act 2. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. Now we're going to head back to Kirkwall, and we're going to turn in the one quest that was called Raiders on the Cliff. I don't know if I actually referred to it by name when we were doing it. It was the really hard fight with all the traps that I was telling you about. Emmerich's Marauders and Fell Warden and those guys. We helped the city guardsmen. So that turn-in is in the keep. And because Aveline is right next door in the barracks in the keep, we'll go ahead and talk to her and end the episode that way. Now we have some other turn-ins to deal with, like the quest we just did for the mage board, and we have to talk to that Canary about what happened to the lost patrol, etc. And I think there might be a lost item or two that we found along the way. So I may or may not have those in the next episode or whatnot, but anyway, just to give you a heads up that I'll be signing off here. And enjoy the dialogue the rest of the way. Zoe Hawke in Dragon Age 2. We'll see you next time.
Please keep it quiet, Sirrah. The Viscount mustn't be disturbed.
Lieutenant Harley said I should see you about a reward.
That's it. Not even going to mention your scuffle with Evit's Marauders. Killing the whole lot of them.
That does ring a bell. Hard to remember. I've killed so many things.
I believe that. I do. There's one small rub, though. Their leader, Evitz, wasn't there, was he?
No, they were led by Fell Orden.
Evitz is the worst of the lot. He may try to get revenge one day.
He can wait his turn. I won't lose any sleep over it.
Maybe nothing will come of it. Thanks again for your help.
I do hope the Viscount remembers to eat supper today.
Maker. Where is Donick? I have to head this off before it goes to the Viscount. Maybe a formal apology. Something that shows the guards they can still trust me.
You're their captain, not a golem. They expect you to have feelings.
Not if they get in the way of the job.
You don't know that.
I won't be that stupid again.
My apologies, Sirrah Hawke, but I need a moment with the captain.
Guardsman Donick.
Please.
A fine day, isn't it, Chell?
Indeed it is,
Aveline.
Guardsman Donick. did not file a complaint. This was all incredibly stupid, and you made it wonderful.
I think you can safely claim both halves of that pair.
You're sweet. I knew asking you was the right thing.
Let's not make a habit of it.
There's no way I can ever repay you. Perhaps it's simple. Thank you. Hey, can I ask you something? Was there a moment when you thought I was beyond help?
Not for a second.
You don't lie very well.
As far as you know.
Shout when you need me, Hawke. I'll always be here for you. Just knock first.